Hello, I'm Isa Silver. I am a 6'2" splenic manifester, and I am looking forward to my 44th solar return in a few days. 8 days ago, I received my certification from the International Human Design School as a Living Your Design guide. And I am proud of that certification, and I am well aware of that integrity agreement and have no intention of walking over it today. I am making this video because I want to meet other LYD guides who see that program the way that I see it. So first of all, I'm going to share some words from Ra, and then I'm going to respond to some of those words with my own observations and experience, and then I'm going to pose a few questions to you guides. Sound interesting? Okay. So the last time that Ra spoke to us about Living Your Design was in 2006, and I heard those audios as part of my own guide training with Carol Zimmerman. So now I'm going to share my own transcription of those words, which is as accurate as I can get it. The following words are all Ra's words coming out of my voice. It's always a treat when I have the opportunity to talk to people about this living design process. It is something that, as a program that we have to offer to newcomers in human design, that for me, it has the most profound potential of any of the things we offer, including the individual reading. To really have an impact on someone and really provide them with the foundation that they need to be able to go out there and experiment, literally experiment with their design. The LD is an environment to get people to realize the importance and the opportunity of experimenting with their design. I have long recommended that to be a living design teacher is to serve your type. And I think that this is one of the primary goals that I, Ra, have for the ever-expanding group of LD teachers in the world. It's very, very important that you serve your type. Each type is very different than the other. And not simply in terms of strategy and authority, but different in the ways that they learn and the ways that their minds can be fooled. It's all different. And again, I want to state it very clearly. Teach your own kind. Teach your own type. In serving your own type, whatever you say about yourself, it increases the power of the experience of your students. Think about that. All those words were from the first track of that audio program. In later tracks, Ra talks about the need to create a referral service that would support the Type for Type and the proper promotion of the LYD program. Now I'm going to paraphrase Ra about the negative results of an under-effective LD. He said something like, many people wouldn't be studying human design if they had a good LD, that many of the serious students of human design have been avoiding their truth by studying because they didn't have a proper LD. Let me make a little note. I've said LD and LYD because the names have changed over time. Interesting. So, done with those quotes. I want to return to the words at the beginning. He said, Ra said, LYD is the most profound thing we offer to newcomers in human design. So I went to the newcomers page of the International Human Design School website. There is a tab called Newcomers. There's a list of things for the newcomers. LYD is not listed on that. The only place where LYD is listed on the IHDS website is under education. Yet Ra said clearly in that 2006 audio in the first track that LYD is not about education. It's about creating a space, a semi-supported space, where the objective mind gets to come out and the experiment is instigated and initiated and catalyzed. It's an environment where people get to realize the importance and the opportunity of experimenting with their design. So my story, let's talk about that. I'm 5 years into meeting human design as of this week. And I was well over 3 years into my own self-directed self-study before I ever heard of Living Your Design. I had looked at the IHDS website and I wasn't looking for any kind of education to buy. And nothing told me, hey, there's a class where you can hear and learn from another manifester about what it's like to experiment as a manifester. Never saw that. So eventually, somewhere along the line, I saw someone talking on Facebook, or I saw something that led me to a YouTube video of an LYD teacher. Didn't know he was a teacher, but I heard him talk and I said, oh, I want to learn from him. What does he know about human design? Something's happening there. So I was paying for a direct teacher before I ever heard about Living Your Design. And then eventually he offered this class because he does that and asked me, and I'm sure I'll sign up for that. So my actual first LYD experience was with a 4-6 reflector. Now, fast forward some months and I start studying with a 6-2 projector. And I get to watch him present LYD to his group of students from years before in some recordings. So I've seen how a 6-2 projector teaches LYD. Eventually, I find myself in LYD guide training. And my teacher is Carol Zimmerman. And I get to audit one of her LYD classes as part of that guide training. So now I have watched a reflector, a projector, and a generator deliver LYD. And each of them was quite different, and each of them had stories from their own aura, and none of them were mine. Was it great? Yes. I was glad for all of them. Did I learn about reflectors? Yes. Did I learn about projectors and generators? Yes. Did I learn about being a manifester? No. Is that a problem? Well, I'm not saying it's my problem right now, but I can tell you what's happened in the vacuum of manifestor guides and introduction to human design through LYD. You've got thousands of people, multiple thousands in manifestor groups on Facebook that are spreading, not even worth commenting on. There's a vacuum in manifestor education, period. So that referral service, it makes sense, doesn't it? That I could refer generators to one of my generator guide friends, and maybe she would refer a manifestor to me. Now, how do we do that? Well, I could start a group like that, or an international organization like the school could do that, or the national organizations could do that. And wouldn't it be cool if there was a international language and type-based referral service for guides? So my questions to you all, would you like to be part of a type-for-type referral service? Are you already part of one? Have you seen one that works? Do you see that the IHDS should be involved in promoting LYD? For example, should their website newcomers tab introduce LYD as perhaps the only thing that somebody needs to get started in their experiment? Okay, I'll get to my bottom line and shut up. Here's my opinion. We don't need more humans studying human design. We don't need more analysts to tell them what's happening in their design. That's not going to help anyone prepare for the oncoming frequency shift and deal with the collapse of the cross-planning. We need more people experimenting with strategy and authority. Ra told us this. I'd love to be part of the solution. You want to talk to me about it? I would really love to hear from you. Thanks.